In this video, what we're going to be doing is bringing you my top 5 Givenchy Gentleman fragrances. So, guys, Givenchy Gentleman is one of, to me, the best designer scent quality fragrances that are out on the market. Every Givenchy Gentleman fragrance that I own really has garnered me great compliments. It's kind of giving me a nice level of versatility as far as fresh masculinity with a level of aromatic touch. So these are really great fragrances. All 5 of these I recommend. And so we're gonna get right into it. So the first fragrance we're gonna be talking about is from the Gentleman line, and this one is gonna be at Eau de Toilette concentration. This one is probably the most refined and the most laid back out of the 5 fragrances on this video. But if you like your fresh and clean, your sort of crisp scents, I think you're gonna like this one. This is none other than Givenchy Gentleman, and this is Eau de Toilette Intense. Okay, so Eau de Toilette Intense is gonna be the more refined version of the Gentleman line. It's gonna have that bergamot, it's gonna have that basil, and it's also gonna have some iris as some of the main notes. So this one is for those of us who like that soft projecting, that nice crisp, clean fragrance. If you like a little bit of the sweetness though with that tonka bean, and then if you like some woods in your fragrance, you're definitely gonna go with this one. This one to me is a great kind of professional fragrance, right? If you know you're getting into your first job, you really want to be, taken seriously, you want to have a nice masculine, fresh and clean fragrance, and you want something as your daily job for the office, this is definitely one to go with, okay? Great selection, great quality, and also not a bad price, whether you get on a discounter or if you have to buy it for retail. Definitely a great one to start with. Now, the next fragrance we're going to talk about from Givenchy Gentleman, this is where the line starts to get a little bit darker, a little bit more seductive. So now you kind of got your fresh daily driver out the way. So now we're going to get more into the various types of night out, date night, clubbing, and sort of, evening wear fragrances, all right? Now, this next one is at Eau de Toilette Eau de Parfum concentration. And this was the first one I actually got from the line out of all of them. This one was the one that kind of sent me down the rabbit hole as far as enjoying Givenchy fragrances. I think I got this one off of discount. I think it was Fragrance X back when I first started collecting a while back. But every time I've worn this, I really just love the scent. I love the creaminess. I love kind of the whole scent quality. And so this one here we're going to be talking about is Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum, all right? So Eau de Parfum is gonna have a nice blend of black vanilla. It's also gonna have that patchouli to give it a nice floral nature. Then you're gonna have that powdery iris and then that sensual feel, okay? So this one is a little bit more cozy, a little bit more seductive. It's gonna be a little bit more for those intimate occasions rather than the fresh daily driver. You could wear this to the office because it does have some fresh quality. If you want your office fragrance to be a little bit more on the aromatic side of the spectrum rather than on the fresh, clean, citrusy side of the spectrum, then I think this one will be the one to go with. Great longevity. It's an even better and even richer and even more dark concentration than Eau de Toilette Intense, but nonetheless, great option, great choice, and again, all 5 of these are going to be great, but this one is for those of us who like our fragrances to have a little bit more richness, a little bit darker, and a little bit more of that suit and tie, that black suit and tie sort of feel, all right? All right, now this next one from Givenchy Gentleman is probably, I think, one of their most popular fragrances that they've dropped. Definitely, I love it. My older brother Bernard loved this one as well. This one to me is kind of my type of fragrance, which is why when I got my hands on it for the first time and I smelled it, I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely gonna be a cold weather fragrance is what we're talking about. But this is for those of us who like our fragrance a little bit boozier. We're gonna go with this one here. This is Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. All right, so Reserve Privé, again, is for those of us who like that whiskey, that really nice boozy accord in our fragrance. This is gonna have that chestnut and iris as well as typical, especially the iris with these Givenchy Gentleman fragrances, but nonetheless, nice boozes, chestnut and iris. You're gonna get that nice blend of powderiness as well. And this one really kind of is more of that creamy smokiness. This one I would wear definitely as your date night scent. This one to me is your night out. You're going out to a nice dinner. Not necessarily a cigar lounge, I think, but more so, you're gonna get dressed up. You're going out with your special someone, but you don't want to necessarily go to the club. Maybe you're going out to a lounge, maybe you're going out to a bar, maybe you're going out, you have dinner reservations. This one would be the one to go with, especially in cold weather. I think this one does wonders. It's a great night out quality scent, really seductive, really rich, but also has a high level of masculine appeal as well. So this one is definitely one to get your hands on. All right, now this next one to me, I would say has started rising up as far as, is this gonna be my favorite one or not? But I mean, it's tough. This one is really a toss-up between the two. This one and Reserve Privé. It really kind of depends on the mood and what I'm feeling at the time. But the reason why I like this one is because one of the top male fragrances that exists, especially as a designer, is Dolce & Gabbana, the one Eau de Parfum. But a lot of people complain about the lasting power. And this fragrance to me does that fragrance, but even better. It still has that unique kick though, that unique touch, that Givenchy gentleman touch. But this one, to me, really kind of put me down the rabbit hole as far as liking my fragrances a little bit spicier. And this next fragrance we're gonna be talking about is this one here, and this is Givenchy Gentleman Boisé. Okay, now Boisé, funny enough, I just got this bottle. This is my second bottle. I ran out of my last one, and I was out at the store, and I was like, I need to re-up. And so this one kind of was the inspiration as far as doing today's video. Was I still love the smell. The scent quality is amazing. The scent quality is great. Great lasting power, great projection. This one is gonna have that nice cacao, sandalwood, and black pepper. So for those of us who like our fragrances a little bit more spicy, aromatic, woody, projecting, this one is gonna be your go-to. This one you can use as a daily driver too, in honesty. Right, this would be a really masculine daily driver fragrance if you want your fragrance a little bit more on that spicy side of the spectrum rather than so much a fresh and clean one. You can also wear this as a date night fragrance too if you want, you know, sort of that masculine woods. You want that man's man type of a scent. And this is also going to be one, if you're going out, I would wear this to like your cigar lounges. If you're a guy who smokes cigars, you like getting a little stogie as part of your night out, I definitely think this one would go wonders. That's what this one kind of reminds me of too. That guy who is in a nice blazer, a nice suit, he's really serious, he's really stoic, and he just likes to sit back, you know, kind of take in life with a nice stogie in his hand and a nice, you know, gin and tonic, you know, kind of as his drink of choice, but nonetheless, really, really masculine, projecting fragrance, one of my favorites in my collection, not in my whole collection of over 150 to 200 fragrances we're approaching now. One of the ones I'll repurchase and has a higher priority than some of the niche fragrances that I've seen and want to get my hands on in the market. But nonetheless, great selection, great option, and definitely one to get your hands on. All right, final fragrance for the day is probably the most unique out of the line, which is why I wanted to save this one for last. I think this is the most recent selection. I know this is probably the most recent one I've got in my collection as far as you released that. I think this one was dropped in 2022 or 23, but nonetheless, this is kind of the modern take on the Givenchy line, and this one here is going to be called Givenchy Gentleman Society. Okay, now Gentleman Society is going to have that fresh sage and cardamom in some of the main notes, right? And then it's going to get into that nice slightly green base. So this one is definitely one if you want a more fresh and clean outdoorsy, but I wouldn't wear this as, you could wear this as your office king, right? If you wanted to, you could wear this as your daily driver. It definitely has that fresh appeal and fresh qualities to it, but to me this is more so your gym, almost you're going out for errands during the daytime. I would definitely wear this as one of those type of fragrances. Nonetheless, really great vetiver cedar sort of fragrance appeals to this fragrance. I mean, this scent is really, really, really masculine, really fresh, really clean, and it kind of gives it a modern take. It's almost like what a lot of these designers are kind of going with. This is what this fragrance gives me reminiscences of, but definitely stands out with that modern, fresh, and versatile fragrance appeal, right? You could wear this, I would say, all season, all occasion. I would say most of these 5 are going to be that all season, all occasion type of fragrance, but nonetheless, get your hands on this one. This one is a modern take on the Givenchy line, and definitely another dub, another banger, all right? So let's recap it. So if you want the vintage Givenchy Gentleman fragrance, you want one that's a little bit subtle, a little bit lighter projecting, you're going to go with this one here, Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Toilette Intense. If you want a more darker, seductive version of the Givenchy Gentleman line of fragrances, you're going to go with this one here, Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum. If you want your Givenchy fragrance really seductive and warm, kind of boozy, you're going to go with this one here, Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. If you like your Givenchy fragrance to be a little bit more on that masculine sandalwood, cacao, and pepper, you're gonna go with this one here, Givenchy Gentleman Boisé. Lastly, if you want the modern take of the Givenchy Gentleman line, you wanna go with this one here, Givenchy Gentleman Society. There you go, guys. Those are the top 5 Givenchy Gentleman fragrances in my collection. Again, all dubs, all bangers. I enjoy all 5 of them. You really can't go wrong with the line as long as you know which one you're going for. Well, with that, for today, I appreciate all you guys who listen, tapping with the channel. If you're just finding me, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure to hit the subscribe and the follow button down below so you get notified anytime I drop fragrance content. And we'll catch y'all on the next one. Much love.